Hello guys, thanks again for clicking play. Really do appreciate it every time. This video is not about Captive, which is what is loading on my Acer tablet at the moment. It is in fact about these speakers. Now, before I start, I said in my last episode last week that I would not be playing any 16-bit games or even anything after 16-bit. I haven't broken that promise because I haven't yet started that promise. Let me put it that way. The reason being, I picked up these for free this week. And as I said last time, I have PlayStation VR. I haven't had these, and anybody that knows about PlayStation VR will know that these transform the way so many games are played and also enable you to play some games that you wouldn't otherwise be able to play. So in all honesty, this week I am sort of having a play about with these, not in this episode, but in terms of personally gaming. And then I will begin my let's return back to the Spectrum and anything of that era. And I won't play for it'll still be for at least a month. So I promise that is what's going to happen. Not that you care if I go one way or the other. The other cool thing that's happened is on eBay, a very kind eBay seller that was selling a job lot separated these two Retro Gamer magazines for me. Outrun, absolutely awesome. And this is such a timely one because now that I'm getting excited about picking up my Amiga, this has a really good section in the middle of all the peripherals that you would look out for. So this is like, it's such a weird trip because I'm getting excited about picking up my Amiga and already going, oh, yeah, well, I already know I need a memory upgrade, but I could look for a hard drive maybe, and I know what joysticks I want to get and all that kind of stuff. So that's really cool. That's just so cool to have this at this stage of my returning to my Amiga journey. So there we go. Right, as I said, this is about these speakers. These speakers were the ones that we used on the Pentium 4 that I showed you last week. It didn't come with those. We picked these speakers up secondhand, not as a retro chip, but just because we wanted some secondhand speakers, and we picked these up. I can't even remember where from. I know we didn't bring them out here from England. That's all I do know. And so, but that they're such a nice, thing because they fit in with the cream aesthetic and they've yellowed hideously and they need a good cleanup. Why am I bothering to show you these speakers? Well, because they're making some funny noises, and I don't mean when they're on, I mean when you move them around, and I'm interested to see what's going on inside. They've been in a sealed plastic box in my garage. Weird things do happen in garages in Australia, either from the heat cycling, which is quite extreme, or from things happening to live in places they shouldn't. I honestly don't know what's going on. First and foremost, I don't know if these even still work, which is why I've got the tablet there with Captive load screen, which is such an epic track. I'm going to turn these on. For all I know, this could actually catch fire. I honestly don't know what's going on inside these speakers. So here we go. Well, they're both working. Let's turn that down a bit. You can tell they haven't been used for ages because you've got that crackle. I do a bit of sound technician work in my free time, unpaid, so I do know about, connections sort of getting dusty and drying out and stuff. Just cycling through with power going through will generally fix that issue. Same on a sound desk. You just, if it's a bit crackly, throw power through it, put the sliders up and down, and generally you'll sort of clean it off. Just by the act of moving it from where it's been stuck for a long amount of time. Okay, they seem to be working. They actually seem to be working, which... Right, let's turn these off. They do seem to be working. That was a successful test, so we can get rid of this, and we can get rid of this. Nope. Better actually stop that from playing. There we go. Shut the whole thing down. Okay. They clearly seem to be working, and they didn't catch fire, which is interesting. And the reason why it's interesting, I actually just bought a new cable for the back, by the way, to go from one speaker to the other today. But listen to this. One speaker. Nothing much going on. That's how I'd expect it to be. This speaker, and this is the one I'm surprised we got anything out of. Ready? Are you hearing that? What the heck is going on? inside here? Let's find out. I have absolutely no idea. This is going to be a surprise to me. It's going to be a surprise to you. I had to buy... It's 2 o'clock. I had to buy... My grandfather clock is bang on time at the moment, by the way, which is a first. Anyway, I won't bother you with the story of the grandfather clock. But I had to buy a specific screwdriver to get into these speakers because... And I bought it months ago, but I've been saving this to do this on video. I didn't have a screwdriver long enough to get to these stupid screws in here. So, one more thing I want to do, actually. Let's move the good one out of the way. And let's put this mat from my garage on here, just so I've got something to collect the mess. Let's just make sure you guys can see what's going on. Watch Steve Benway's latest video, by the way. He answered one of my questions that I'd forgotten and even asked. It's so cool when you get that interaction. It's really good. Such a good channel. I'll link to it in the description because that's a YouTube-y thing to do. There we go. While I undo these, just a note, actually, I'm going to be rebranding my channel. If you're keeping up with the news of what's happened to Octavia's kitten, which is extremely disturbing, yeah, just give me some forethought. Not that I have any delusions of grandeur for my channel, as I've said before, but it is an eye-opener. So do keep up with her news, and I hope it sorts out itself out for her, because it's a very unfortunate situation. Just a copyright issue. So yeah, I'm going to be rebranding because obviously clearly I've used some elements that aren't strictly mine, so I will be looking at that. And in fact, I'll do a video this weekend. I'm going to create a new logo for the channel in a traditional method. Well, I might update it next year when I get my actual Amiga, because it'll be fun to do that in deluxe paint, but I'm going to do it in an even more traditional method than that. Right, what the heck is going to be going... Do I need to take those screws out? Probably not. Let's see what's going on inside here, because I have no idea. Oh. I'm half expecting to find a dead mouse. So what is that? Look, we've got all this. What is inside here? Okay. I actually have no idea. Okay, yep, it's some kind of... See that? Can you see that? Where's the lens? Something, there's a creature in Australia. I'm just going to tip all this out. It's not, I half expected, would it have been something in the speaker, like some foam component or something that has destroyed itself? Ah, here we go, look. Okay, interesting. Here we go. Okay, we've got a cocoon here. Welcome to Australia. Is that a cicada cocoon? Maybe. Oh, this is like something out of Alien. Something's gonna jump out and lodge itself up my nostril and make me pregnant with its alien babies or something. Ah, look. Ooh, what have we got? Look, there's the creature that would have emerged, but found itself stuck inside a speaker. And then we just got a shell of it. My goodness. Yeah, there's several creatures that'll make themselves. That's what's happened here. Some creature has made itself a earthen burrow. It would have been getting in through this hole in here. But like I say, this was actually stored in a sealed box. So I'm gonna have to take this fully apart, give it a good clean out. But I'm glad that it's not a component of the speaker that has destroyed itself over time through heat cycling. It is literally, and look, you can see, that's why there was so much rattling. Can you see that? I want to try and hold this in a way that's, because I'm going to cause the speaker damage. I'm going to be a bit smarter than I'm being right now. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to move the camera. That's probably a better way of doing it. It's quite a tight thing on here. I'm glad I did this. I thought it might be something like that. Let's have a good look around. So you can see there's been several of these. These were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and they all would have been as big as that one cocoon that I pulled out. There could have been hornets, but I'm guessing a cicada, which is this weird, long-looking... No, not a cicada. Is it cicada I'm thinking of? There's another thing I'm thinking of. but I can't think of the name, like a really long, ugly beetle thing that becomes about this big. But yeah, it's just made itself, clearly a cocoon out of mud and stuff, to go through some kind of metamorphosis, and it turned itself into a retro speaker, which is interesting. I didn't know that's how retro speakers emerged into the wild. There we go, there's some sort of bit of a body there. See that? So there we go. There we go. That's what was inside the speaker. That's all I wanted to cover today. And I've done it, so no point rambling on beyond. This speaker is absolutely fine. I'll have to give that a bit of a clean out. I'm not going to do that retro man cave style and make you watch, because like I say, he does those kind of videos far better than I do. But I bet he's never had that. Has he had, what's his name? Neil, isn't it? Neil, Retro Man Cave, if you've ever had something come to you with something that was once living and is now dead inside for you to clean up, I'd love to know about it. But there we go. That's one of the things we deal with in Straya, which is spelt with an S at the beginning. All right. Cheers, guys.